Whoopi Goldberg just admit her own He Too moment? For all the details, we're joined by Raymond Arroyo, Fox News contributor, best-selling author, Will Wilder series. Raymond, I hope you can do this without injuring yourself.
I will try.
Okay. What am I now not allowed to say? What words can I not say?
This week, we came across this article in a San Francisco periodical where the term Indian summer may not be used anymore because it's in political correct thought. You shouldn't use Indian summer.
Right, they're putting up the words too fast.
I know. Well, we'll get to those in a second. But the problem is this.
Down.
Indian summer may have its origins in cargo ships traveling the Indian Ocean. It may have nothing to do with Native Americans. We don't know the exact origins of that.
So what other words?
There are other words we
now you can put them up
any longer. Words like Indian summer, sitting Indian style, off the reservation. Don't say off the reservation, Ingram.
Here we go.
Black ball.
Oh, black ball.
That's a no-no.
I used that today.
Whitewash.
I used that.
Don't use whitewash. You offend me.
Okay.
Inmates running the asylum.
I used that yesterday.
And one we talked about earlier. Freshmen. I guess you can't use freshmen anymore.
You have to say first year. You can't say
right,
freshman.
Because you're discriminating against women. There was a poll.
I thought it was fresh, like don't be fresh, man. Okay.
There's a new poll by a group called More in Common. They found 80% of people, 80% found political correctness a problem and think it's a problem. But when you break it down by race, 79% of whites, 82% of Asians, 87% of Hispanics, and 75% of African Americans think political correctness is a problem.
But then it said hate speech a problem.
Well, that's a secondary thing. Yeah, 82% of people thought it was hate speech.
All right, let's talk about Neil Patrick Harris.
Well, wait. Speaking of the PC police, The View had a moment that few caught the other day. Actor Neil Patrick Harris revealed he did his first film with Whoopi Goldberg, and then he said this. Listen closely.
You know, I did my first movie ever with Whoopi Goldberg, a movie called Clara's Heart, and we worked together on that. She told me, I was, 15, 16 years old. She told me on my last day of shooting that in 10 years' time, she was going to have sex with me.
I might have. In those days, you could actually have some fun like that. You can't do that now.
Hey, I was not offended. I'm looking forward to it.
Have some fun like that. Imagine if a young female actress got up and said some Academy Award-winning director had told her when she was 15 that he would have sex with her in a few years. The View would be asking for that guy's head and promising he'd never work again. But there apparently is one rule book for Hollywood and one rule book for everybody else.
No, it's just like everyone was kind of like...
Ho-hum.
Cat got her tongue for a few seconds.
I did notice that. I did notice that. And James Gunn, you remember we did this story several weeks ago in July. James Gunn was the director of the big Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. They ended up slicing his contract, canceling his involvement, and they moved him to DC Comics now. He's directing the Suicide Squad. This is a guy who wrote these pedophilic-like tweets. They fire him, they rehire him in a matter of months.
Okay, so it's a different standard.
Where's the mercy for Rosie?
All right, real quick, Connors versus Last Man Standing. Where are we on that? Real quick.
Last Man Standing is the biggest breakup.